What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Rent This Flip That, and today we are out in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, and that's right, we are going to tackle another bathroom remodel. So in this one, we are also going to be ripping out a whole shower tub combo and putting in some panel walls like we did on the other one. We're also going to be ripping out the toilet and replacing it because this time we're actually doing flooring, and we're going to be doing it on top of tile. That's right, I said on top of tile. So I'm going to show you what it is you're going to have to do to get that floor prepped if that's something you're going to want to do. So I'm going to get inside and start tearing some of this base tile off the wall because we're going to be putting real baseboard on this job. All right, guys, let's get to work. I wasn't really sure where to start, but I did know this. If this tub is going to have to come out, the tile can't be up against it. So I figured removing this base tile was as good a place as any to start. Then I can remove the toilet. This is called a power flush. One of my former employees showed me this. If you dump about a half a bucket of water down the toilet, it seems to suck most of the water down, so when you pick it up and carry it, there's not that much water in there. But make sure you take off the top to the toilet tank, because if you're going to reuse this or donate it, you don't want to break it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mark these all the way around. I need a couple little spots here and there. We'll be cutting this drywall loose here so that we can reveal the little flap where this tub is. Okay, DIY fam, so I'm using a Cigman laser level. Now, they sent this thing to me a couple years ago, and I installed floors at the time, so I didn't have a lot of use for it until I figured out I actually did have a use for it. But that's on another channel. For this one, I used my laser level to make a level line all the way around the tub about 3 inches above the tub and make a plumb line down the side of the tub. That way I can cut and expose the little flap behind the drywall. There's nails holding this tub to the wall, and I need to expose those so I can pull those out. That way I'll be able to cut the tub up and remove it in pieces. Well, you guys, as I stated, I am not a plumber. However, I have taken these faucets off before, and it never has been this hard. This thing just would not twist off, and I couldn't figure out why. We drilled a couple holes to try to take a look inside, and ultimately, I just had to cut it off with my Sawzaw. I didn't know any other way. Plumbers, let me know. What was I doing wrong? So, whoever installed this tub used galvanized nails and drove them through the tub flange into the studs. I had to get my cat's paw out and use it to pull the nails. Alright, you guys, it is time to get this tub cut and taken outside. So I'm going to cut it up in 3 pieces and haul this thing out of here. Let's go. Right now, this thing is a workhorse. I mean, that battery's been on there for a minute and it went through all of that tub right there. I definitely suggest getting one of these. If you guys are interested, I'll leave a link for this thing. It's pretty awesome. It does accept the 20-volt batteries with like your drills and the this tool here. I actually got them all in a big combo pack, so, and it wasn't that expensive. If you want, I'll leave that in the link too. I think I should be able to find that. But anyway, man, that blade is done. So I gotta get another one of those. I just put the plate on here yesterday. Brand new.
You just cut through a fiberglass tub. After I got the tub cut into 3 pieces, I started pulling it out. The middle was no problem, but the side pieces, well, that was a little bit different. Seems like it wasn't coming out without a fight, and I had a feeling I had a little bit more cutting to do.
Alright, so some good news, and I don't guess there's any bad news. The good news is that there is not a mud bed down here. Here is actually a wooden platform, and I believe it was actually attached to the tub. So you can see from the fibers down here that that seems to be the case. I wonder if it goes all the way back to here or there, because if that's the case, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to rip this out in a couple pieces. But anyway, we're committed now, so we're down. Alright then, let's wrap this up. Shut her down now and walk outside if you want. Alright, so we went to Home Depot, and these are the panels that we got. They're going to make a whole shower. You can see that sitting down inside of a pan. Now, it did not come with the robe over here. That's going to cost you extra, but we also ordered the stuff for this too. So I don't think everything we need is here today, but we have enough to get started. So we're going to take this stuff inside and, I don't know, store it somewhere and get rolling. Alright guys, let's go. Yeah.
Go ahead and get a couple of those ready. You only need to cut them because they don't really matter where you cut the pipe.
So you're saying I should cut it lower and then add a sharp bite joiner and then a peck?
Hey you guys, I'm not sure if I forgot to mention this or not, but I am not a plumber. However, my brother is a maintenance guy for an apartment complex, and over the past 25 years, he's learned quite a bit about electricity and plumbing, so he's my go-to guy when it comes to stuff like this. He's FaceTiming me and talking me through this. I'm not going to waste your guys' time with the directions he gave. However, I'll let you watch me so that you can see what it is I did so you won't miss a step. So you guys just hang tight.
You can't reach it.
Oh no, I'd cut it somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Or I could join it.
I'd cut off a little lower because that pegs you can manipulate it and bend in a little better.
Right, okay.
Straight.
Maybe about right there?
Yeah, that pegs you can move it around more. Yeah, right in there.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I think that's it. I got an issue over here. I gotta try to get a freaking stud in the wall here. This thing is not turned sideways, so I usually come through here, put my stud like this, and then drill through here. But this one's flat. So I gotta figure out, and it's all the way to the ceiling, so I gotta figure out how to turn this because I gotta get a stud in here because this drywall is just floating now. Alright guys, so I've been taking a look at this thing right here, and it's pretty loose. It needs to be screwed back down at the bottom, but it's turned flat. The problem I'm having is that it is attached at the top. If it wasn't attached at the top and there was a stud over here, or if this was actually turned sideways, you guys saw how I slipped one in. I cut it 1.5 inches, slipped it in, was able to go this way. Just like if I was able to come up here and go to the side, I just can't do that because I have 3.5 inches here. So I decided to cut this 2x2 right here, see if I can't slip it back, pull it forward. I'm going to pre-drill some holes in here. That way when I screw it in, it kind of sucks it up because it all has to be furred out the thickness of this shim right here anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out so that it sticks past this one, and then just if I need to shim this, all these need to be furred out. So as long as I can get this in and have something to attach this drywall to, that's all I'm worried about, because it's just kind of flexing right now. If I can get this thing attached down to the floor and get this thing attached to this, should be good and sturdy. So that's the plan. All right, let's go. I'm going left-handed so you guys can see. Now remember, I'm not looking to bring this out like that. I actually need it to suck in because I gotta put a first strip on here. If I try to bring it out to compensate for that, it'll be at a slope. So we just gotta put it back in the wall the way it was. That sucked see it's flush down there. So this first strip is sticking past it. So I do have that gap right there. That's gonna be perfect. Now the one that I'm gonna put in here, I am gonna bring it forward. These little marks that I made like right here, I'm gonna drive screws through them, and then that should suck it forward just a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna help it out, but you know, in and out until we get it right. But that's the plan. So you can see that it's pulled forward just a little bit, about the thickness of that shim up there. And actually this shim here should have been a little thicker, so I believe I'm more dead on here than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the top out and then pull the bottom out, screw it, and we're good to go. Problem solved. Okay guys, so I got that piece of what we're calling deadwood / first strip in. It's up here against the stud, but also I noticed in a couple spots, if I'm gonna be doing drywall over here, I'm gonna need some deadwood. So let's take a look, I'll show you what I mean. You guys know that if I'm gonna have something going across here, that I'm going to need a piece to screw to right here. Then over here also, I don't have anything back behind here. Now what some people will do is just go ahead and put this piece on right here and slide it on past there and then butt this one in, but that still doesn't give any structure to this right here, except for if you're just gonna tape right here. That's the only thing that would hold it together and give it structure. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap some deadwood in there, and then it should be ready. My next step should be to put this pan in right here. So I'll knock that deadwood out and I'll get back with you guys. Holla. Hey.
Oh, that just smacked me in the face.
All right, team, here we go. We have our shower base right here. Now we have the showers outside, the panel walls, but they are actually heavy. I believe, aren't those the LVP style?
They are the
They
right
clip
one.
together. Okay, so yeah, those are right here. We brought those in too. That's very heavy. This I'm going to take out and get the dimensions of it and see how wide it is, how long it is. That way when I go inside in there, I will be able to know if I'm going to have to cut some of that tile back or I'm going to have to fill in. Also, I'm going to be able to see if I need to go ahead and fur those walls out now or wait and see if this tucks under and the first strips will fall down on top. I'm having a feeling I need to go ahead and fur the wall out now and then just run the drywall down to the top of the tub, and then the panels will come over with that gap in between. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get this open and take a look at it. This is my first day doing this. And I don't mean this is the first day on the job. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done this day. But hey, we're part of the DIY nation, right? We get things done ourselves. So maybe I'll make a $500 mistake today that you can learn from. How much this thing cost, Kelly?
$7.99 plus tax.
Maybe I'll make a $7.99 plus tax mistake today that you can learn from. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll have a success and you'll be like, Z, you nailed it first time. I'm doing it the way you did it. And I'll come back and make another video a month later and go, we did it wrong. And you're like, oh. Yeah, that one piece that you put on the inside, that goes on the outside. All right, so this is going to go in here. We're going to dry fit it.
Is it just white tape?
It's carpet tape. All right, let me get this back up now. I got it. Boom, there's our hole. Okay. So we just gotta pipe it up and pipe it in. That's all, we gotta pipe it up and pipe it in, and then we're done. Okay. All right guys, so the first thing I think we need to do is get this pipe cut off down below. I've got it started, I made a little nick in it, but I stopped so we could get the camera out, show you what it is I'm gonna be doing down here. So let's go down below. All right, we are through. So I think that's gonna work right there. This is all messed up, so I don't know.
What's all messed
Well, this doesn't fit.
Because that's what, 1.5 inches?
That's what it looks like.
Okay, hold on.
Alright guys, so we got this shower pan here. I got it leaned up against the wall. I'm going to do a couple different angles so you can see what it is I'm doing. But right now I'm just going to explain it so you understand. This particular model now, I've seen where a lot of people are using plumber's putty under here. But it literally says in the directions, if you use plumber's putty, it could void the warranty. They're asking you silicone, and not only are they asking you to use it, they actually sent some in this little pack. Not sure if I'm gonna trust that, but I got some stuff that's pretty good that we'll use instead of this. But anyway, it's 100% silicone. So what'll happen is we'll squirt that underneath there. This will go into the back side, just like that. And then we'll put this rubber gasket on underneath, up against the tub or up against the shower pan, and then this will go on next, and then this lock ring will go on at the end to hold it all in place. That's what I'm about to do. So hang tight. Now I'm going to stick this in the hole, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it so you guys can see. Above, huh? Hate to be having to do this from down below. I'm just pushing that in there and squeezing. It's pretty much staying where it needs to be. Then we have the rubber gasket that goes on next. And then this one right here. And then our little lock washer, you put the flat side against it. That's what tightens it up. Squishes all the silicone out from the other side, which you'll have to clean up. I like to see that thing centered. Alright. I'm just basically hand tightening it. I think that's sufficient. Alright, so we got this one. It's 1.5 inches. It'll go on there first. Let me go ahead and get that ready and glue that up. Now, I did want to mention that I went ahead and sanded off camera. I went ahead and sanded all the burrs off this PVC. You want to do that because you don't want anything hindering up your bond. So I've been told. Alright, the stuff sticks pretty instant. Put some on the inside here. Boy, I'm caking it in there. All around there too. Alright, sweet. Now, I'm going to grab it from the bottom here. Make sure I get it down straight. I mean, it's pretty bonded, guys. That's it. It's done. So now that we have that, we want to add this piece, and this piece will go like this. As you can see, I'm going to have to tilt it slightly like that so it comes up and comes up through there. All right, let's do it. All right, moving on. Looking like about right there, huh? I mean, I hope so, because it's done. All right, guys, moving on.
Well, you guys, gluing all these pipes together and installing them was a little bit tedious, so I figured I'd speed things up. You guys can stick around and enjoy the process. This was pretty easy to do with the right tools. Once I had the white tape down and made my circle, It was just a matter of measuring the pipe to fit to the center. I drew a big plus on the floor to help me stay centered. Next, it was time to cut off the old faucet assembly. I used a copper pipe cutter to make nice clean cuts. Then I capped off the hot and cold with some shark bites. This will allow me to keep the water on until it's time for the new handle assembly. Now I could dry fit the shower pan, and once it was on the ground, I used Composite Shims to find level. They are perfect for something like this. Once I got the correct height on all sides, I lifted the pan and transferred them directly underneath, dropped it in some silicone, then I double checked for level. Once everything was good, I drilled some pilot holes and attached the shower pan with some exterior galvanized screws. This next step was probably the hardest. This thick gasket has to go around the PVC pipe and sit all the way down to the shower pan base. We probably worked on it for 20 minutes. Kelly finally found a groove by prying over the pipe with a screwdriver as she pushed the gasket down with a pencil to prevent from gouging it. Now you just cap that off with this lock washer. It's important to get the gasket all the way down so the lock washer sits flush with the hole. As you can see, Kelly is stuffing rags in the drain so I don't drop this little metal tool down the drain, because at this point, if it goes down there, it's lost to the abyss. Once you hand tighten it as tight as you can get it, you can use a flathead screwdriver in the center to finish tightening it off. I tell you, Kelly thinks of everything. She taped up the hole to prevent us from dropping screws and debris and other tools from falling down in it, because you know it's going to happen. Hey guys, real quick, let me ask you something. Are you enjoying the video so far? If so, it would really mean a lot to me and Kelly if you went and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And hey, if you guys are interested in following our journey on this bathroom remodel and future projects, you may as well join the DIY team by subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell. We still have drywall, paint, shower walls, and a whole lot more coming up on future videos. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care and stay safe. Peace.